All right. Well, it looks like we have our big guest on the line, who rose to fame earlier this year on the Gordon Ramsay show, Kitchen Nightmares. I'd like to welcome to Totally Driven Radio from Amy's Baking Company out in Arizona, Amy and Sammy. Welcome to Totally Driven Radio.
Hi. Thank you.
Thank you. How are you doing? How are you?
We're doing great. Thanks. How's everybody doing there?
We're doing good. Actually, my co-host tonight, he's out there by you guys. He's actually in Arizona. I'm out here in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. Is he in Scottsdale?
I am in Avondale. I'm on the far west side.
Oh, you can come by and try some excellent pizza.
I'll tell you
can't
what.
Wait.
I was when I was talking to Amy earlier when we were messaging, I was telling her when I was younger, actually I was 18 years old, I owned my own pizza shop. And if I ever come out to Arizona, I would love to be able to come into your kitchen and make a pizza for you.
Okay. Welcome.
You're welcome.
You'll talk. Thank you. So, like I said, you guys have risen to fame this past year with this whole Kitchen Nightmare show with Gordon Ramsay. What was the main reason you guys, did you guys actually reach out to this show? Or did they reach out to you?
They reached out to us.
Really?
They put in the casting for Kitchen Nightmares. They asked Yelp who in Arizona needed their help the most, and there was an overwhelming response from the Yelping community that Amy's Baking Company needed Kitchen Nightmares help more than anybody. So they called us, and we informed them that we had nothing to hide. We had nothing but gold stars from the health department. For 7 years, we've consistently been in business. We have no skeletons, and so they were welcome into our kitchen. Gordon Ramsay even said it was one of the cleanest kitchens he's ever been in, as well as the production company.
Yeah, I mean, your place, from the pictures I see, it's gorgeous. I mean, it's a beautiful restaurant. And exactly, like most of them places you see when they go into these places, you cringe. They're disgusting. But when they walked in your place, like, as I was watching, I was kind of scratching my head like, all right, well, this place is pretty nice. This looks pretty nice so far. And, you know, they're going in the kitchen and it's clean and it's nice. And you're like, wow, like, it's not a kitchen nightmare. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, if you've owned a restaurant before, you know that every kitchen can be a nightmare. It's not an easy business, but it was a show. Gordon Ramsay, Kitchen Nightmares. It was a show. What can we say?
Yeah, well, I guess you really like say right there, like where I'm thinking. I don't know about yourself, Nick. I figured it was like restaurants are contacting them to try to have him come help, but no, I guess it's the opposite way. They seek people out.
Yeah, and that seems really subjective if they're doing it based on, Yelp reviews, because anybody can log in there and pretend to be anybody else.
Of course, and it doesn't help that Yelp has been trying to extort us for advertising dollars for the last 3.5 years either.
Really?
Oh, yes. Yes.
We have
proof. We have proof of everything. This is what, sadly, my husband and I when we agreed to do Kitchen Nightmares, my husband and I said, we have nothing to hide. Let's bring everybody here. If Gordon Ramsay wants to bring the attention of the world to our restaurant, welcome. And we are people who are very passionate. We stand up for our business. We stand up because we know the product that we are serving is excellent. We stand behind our product. We work, my husband and I, we work 18 hours a day some days. We don't stop working. We're very humble, hardworking people. And we believed that Kitchen Nightmares was coming to help us with the online reviewers and the Yelping community. And instead, they just exasperated the problem. They made it much, much worse. On a global scale, it was
filled the restaurant with all the Yelpers.
They filmed for the filming of the show. They filmed. There are 3 Yelpers that are on the Kitchen Nightmares episode, and we know who they are because I recognized them as they were coming in while the show was being filmed. And it's reality TV. That's a term that's very loosely used here because
true.
If anyone can imagine, try to have your entire life, it's very easy to be accused and to accuse someone of something, but it's not fair to let the other side not show the truth or even defend themselves without being called, saying that we're in complete denial or that we have no idea. We are very, very responsible individuals. We don't live in denial. We are not delusional, but we stand up and we fight and we stand behind our brand, and we stand united with my husband and I together.
And you know what? Here's what I saw, because I went back and watched the episode this afternoon, and what I saw was a husband and wife who deeply love each other, that stand behind each other, which you're supposed to do as husband and wife, and you guys perfectly do that. And not only that, the other thing I saw was, just like you said, you guys work 18 hours a day. I saw two people who are hardworking but are overworked, and they're very stressed, I think, from the overwork, besides all the Yelp people and all that. And all that comes together, and it just becomes so much, and it's got to be so stressful for you guys.
Well, it's, any business is stressful, and everyone handles it differently. This was our first go-around at reality television. We certainly learned a lot. We were real, even though the show itself wasn't so real. I think that's the biggest reaction has come from that, because my husband and I, yes, that really is us, but they filmed us for 2 days, and you guys saw 36 minutes of the worst moments put together by a very talented editor in Hollywood.
Oh, sure.
And people need to understand, we are going to stand up and fight and speak and talk until people understand that they got us wrong. If we had been introduced to the world by someone that was fair and balanced, like Oprah Winfrey or Martha Stewart, people would see us differently, because they would recognize straight away our hard work, our ethics, and our God-given talent. But unfortunately, we were introduced to the world by a show that preys on and exploits hard-working business owners under the pretense of pretending to say that they're coming in to help them, and in some cases they do help them. And the show originally started out with a really great concept. Unfortunately, it's so commercial now, and it's so driven for ratings that nobody has a fair shot there, and they have to create drama. The problem is they don't understand that with my husband and I, you don't need to create any kind of drama. There's no fakery with us. We are 100% real, and you cannot make up the stuff that happens with us. But we're not crazy. We don't steal our servers' tips. We never did. We don't scream at our customers like that. We scream at people that come and attack us. You better believe we're like a rattlesnake in the desert. If you leave us alone, we have no problem. But if you come after us, you better believe you're going to get ready to be bitten, and you're going to go down. But the thing we would like for everyone to know, we watch Kitchen Nightmares, and more than anybody, we laughed our asses off. We thought it was hilarious. I mean, people need to get a sense of humor, man, and calm down and chill out.
You know what? You are 1,000,000% right. You are so right. Wow. Now, how about, when you were initially contacted, were you excited by this?
Of course. We relished the opportunity to have, a Fox show hosted by Gordon Ramsay, who we respected as a chef. We welcomed them with their cameras to show the world who we were. Like I said, we didn't and we don't have anything to hide. Everything that's been written about us, 90% of it is not true. There's a lot of stuff that people have said about us, and there's a lot of accounts that people have created on Twitter and Facebook that they pretend to be us, and we're still to this day fighting to get those sites taken down, because you better believe if my husband and I want to say something, we're going to own it. We don't owe anything to anybody except God and each other. And if we want to attack somebody because they've been a nasty little troll to us, or they're saying slanderous lies to attack us, or to try to hurt people that are publicly standing up for us, they better get ready for a fight, because the world has underestimated us. And Gordon Ramsay and Kitchen Nightmares and these online trolls and Yelpers, they've underestimated their opponents. We don't go down without a fight. And if we go down, we get back up, and we go down, we get back up until we win. Do you understand?
I totally understand. But how about and I understand what you're doing. You're standing up for yourself, you're standing up for your husband and your business and all your hard work. But do you think maybe if you just let it go, and ignored them, they'd go away and they'd stop trying to write bad stuff about you?
No, I think that Let me just explain. We've done a tremendous amount of research over the last 3.5, 4 years that we've been having harassments and threats of extortion from Yelp. And these people, they're not going to go away. And this is the sad thing. There are actually businesses out there and business owners out there that have lost everything because these online bullies and these trolls, we call them the camel toe mafia. They're just a bunch of pussies who hide behind their computer screen who can say anything they want. To this day, no one has come to our face, to our restaurant, to say anything to accuse us to our face because they know that they can't. They're not going to go away until somebody puts them in their place. And all it takes is for us to capture one troll and show them who we really are, to make them understand that people need to, there has to be some kind of accountability for saying anything you want to say online. That's why we aren't going away. Most of it is entertainment for us. We have to be honest. It's just entertaining to see. Yes. We have proof from Yelp. We have, physical proof from Yelp threatening to take our business down if we do not pay them to pay them for advertising dollars. And our problem didn't start with this whole kitchen nightmares thing. Our problem with Yelp started 3.5 years ago here in our local community in Scottsdale, where a local hustler came in from Yelp. He makes his living, this guy, hustling other businesses because we were contacted by other restaurant owners that saw our story on the news, and they called us and said the same guy came into my restaurant and told me if I didn't give him and his friends a round of drinks for free or dinner for free that he was going to write a bad review about us. And so we have joined forces with other restaurant owners in our community and all over the world because we're very humbled and grateful. We have a lot of supporters. We have millions of people that support us because they email us, they message us through Facebook, but we don't take them public. We protect them because we don't want them to be bullied or harassed or have the online trolls go inside their lives. We only like to put the really nasty ones on blast to show the world these things are being said. It's allowed to be said. The Internet is like the wild, wild west. And my husband and I are strong, like I said, but there are people out there, they are not as strong as we are. There's little kids that are hearing these things. People tell them to go kill themselves, and guess what? They do go kill themselves. Yeah. There has to come a time when somebody stands up to these people and tells them, no, you cannot just keep writing what you want, or if you do, I'm going to write back, and I have every right to do so.
You do. You absolutely do. So, all right, let me be clear. Go ahead, Nick. I'm sorry.
Well, she makes a really excellent point. I mean, there is no sort of accountability when it comes to what people are saying on the Internet. A lot of times what they're typing in these social networks, you would never talk to another grown-up that way if you were face-to-face, and instead there's all these people just saying the most nasty and hurtful things, and she's right, there needs to be some sort of accountability. If you can just go there and make up whatever you want about a business, you don't have to register, all you have to do is log in with your Facebook page, and you can write whatever you want just based on the fact that, you didn't like what they served or you didn't like what was going on. There really needs to be a little bit more authority involved there, or stuff like this is going to keep happening, and it's ridiculous.
Right, and this is the thing, that the majority of the people, even from Yelp, from Twitter, from Facebook, the majority of the people, they've never even been to our restaurant. We know this because what everyone needs to understand, my husband and I, if we're not in that restaurant is not open. And you better believe we remember someone if they're there because my husband is out front serving them, talking to them. We know who's there. We have 16 surveillance cameras around our restaurant, and we know when people come. We know these trolls. We know the things that they write. And this is the point. It's just anybody can say anything on the Internet. You're right. There's absolutely no accountability. And it's one thing to personally insult somebody. Okay, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. But we are living in a day and age where consumers, this is what is the deciding factor. Where am I going to go for dinner tonight? Or what radio station am I going to listen to? Or where am I going to get my KitKat food? All of these things are driven by these sites that are completely unfair. They have something on Yelp called the filtered reviews. We have lots and hundreds of beautiful 5-star reviews that are from real customers that have come in that have taken pictures of the food. We didn't pay them. We don't even know some of them, and most of them we don't even know. And their reviews are filtered because Yelp has something that they call an algorithm, where for no reason, for whatever reason they want to, they'll filter a review. Because if a person has never written a review on Yelp before, it can be flagged because that person can't be real. And this is... It is a problem, and it's something that we're working on, and we're going to continue to fight and always come back with replies to the ones that we want to. The thing is, these people, they are complete little wimps. They do not have the courage to come and say anything to our face. We've had a lot of people come to the restaurant, and we can tell that they come in almost like a hater. They come and they want to hate us. They really want to see the show. They want to see, are we really that crazy? Are we for real? Is it really that dramatic? And they come, and some of them sit there and they talk to themselves if they're alone after they taste the food. And my husband asks them, what's wrong? And they say, I don't understand. This is really like the best pizza I've ever had in my life, or this is the best hummus I've ever had in my life, or something. Or they say, Gordon Ramsay got it wrong. We have thousands and thousands of people that are coming here telling us this food is amazing, you guys, and after the show. This is, and they've tried all of the things that he ripped apart, the blue ribbon burger, the pizza, the fig pear prosciutto pizza. Most of the online reviews that have been written, they are not from people that have ever been there. Most of these kids, they're 15 years old, some of them. Some of the ones that hacked our Facebook page, the kid is 15 years old.
Wow.
They're not contributing members of society. They're people that are sitting at home in the basement playing on the computer, and we're paying their bills. I'm serious. They have nothing to do. They don't want to work. They want to judge other people and tear us down because we are hardworking individuals.
Now, one thing you said is, which you also said on the show, was if you or your husband are not there, the store is closed. So yes. I guess you haven't had any, found better employees, you were having a problem with employees that you can depend on. And that's really a problem. And I feel bad because you guys do have to work so much, and you guys don't get any time to enjoy each other. You're a loving married couple, and it sounds like you guys spend all your time working, and you don't get that time of you guys to enjoy life.
Well, as long as my husband and I are together, we cherish every moment together, whether it's in a corporate situation, whether we're building custom houses, whether we're fighting in the kitchen, defending ourselves online, spending time with our kitty cats at home. We're just grateful for every moment that we have together. It is very stressful because we are always working, but we do have really good employees. And when I say employees, they're not employees. They are our team members. We work together. They're like our family members. We don't treat our employees badly at all. We love them, and they love us. They tell us that we are the hardest working people that they've ever seen. That is such a compliment. And these people that work with us, it's just the problem is we have not been able to successfully find enough people that have the same standards that we have, that are consistent, that are serious about coming to work, showing up. The biggest thing with any business is consistency, and we are very consistent with our product, with everything. We really strive for that. And so if I'm not in the kitchen, we don't open. If my husband's not out front working in the cash register, we don't open. We don't have in Scottsdale this giant pool of people that want to come to work and show up every single day. It is a struggle, but
isn't that amazing though? Because and this is, it seems like here in Philadelphia, I see the same thing. Like everybody complains there's no jobs, there's no work, but yet they don't want to work. You know what I mean? Like, even if they're given the opportunity or have a chance to get a job, they don't want to work, and they don't want to be a hard worker. They want everything given to them.
Oh, yeah. We are willing to pay $16 an hour for a line cook that I will teach myself. They don't even have to go to culinary school, because I know they tease me online. They like to joke about how I need to go to cooking school. I don't. I taught myself. I teach myself every day, and I'm completely open to any kind of criticism if it will help me make a better product for the customer. But we cannot find people nowadays. It's a dying breed. Breed of people. They don't want to work anymore. They want to, they want to work on the internet. They want to do whatever. They don't want to work. They want to come and get a paycheck and leave and watch us while we work. So my husband and I, thank God that God has given us with the strength, the health, and the energy to continue to work the way we do, because we each work for 10 people. No one can take that from us. And believe me, at the end of the night, if we don't have a dishwasher, I will do the dishes better and faster than anybody, because I put it in my mind that it's something that has to be done, and I want to do everything I can to the best of my ability. There's no shame in working. People need to get that in their head. My husband and I do everything in that business. We have the cleanest restaurant, out there. We try to. We clean the bathrooms. We do everything, whatever it takes, because people need to realize there's no shame in working. It's a good thing to work. You have a sense of pride. We are hiring, but we are not going to just take anybody off of the street that doesn't have the same kind of ethics that we do.
Right. That's awesome. Look at that.
Thank you.
Now, after the show aired, I guess you guys had an influx of people wanting to come, like you said, and think they're going to see the show, so to say.
Right.
Did you have a lot of that? Just people nonstop coming by?
We were Arizona's #1 tourist destination for the summer. It was crazy. We had a whole new, entire different demographic of people that came to us for the summer. Normally, we are not really busy in the summertime because it's Arizona and our clientele leaves, and we work. We take it easy in the summertime. But this year was really nonstop. People that came in, they tried us for themselves. They were smart enough that they tried us for themselves, and they, it just, like I said, Kitchen Nightmares introduced us to the world. But, what, Samy? My husband? Okay.
But summer we did work because after the show, the people
but because of the show and, they came in, we did. We definitely, it introduced us to the world. People there, not everybody is just naive enough to believe what they read online or see from a clip on YouTube or a thing on Kitchen Nightmares, a 30-second clip. Okay.
The word bad, but it's up to us to show the world that Amy, that everything what she bake and she cook, she do it by herself.
Here, I'll take over, you guys. What happened? Everyone was making fun of me. They still tease me online saying that, first of all, there's no way that she does all the cooking and baking. She doesn't even have a mixer in the oven. My son, they write things like that their son is a chef, and there's no physical way that one person could do all of that baking of that quality and work on the line. And I can tell you guys that very soon the whole world is going to see how my husband and I work. And believe me, we even think we're robots sometimes, or aliens. Our workers, the people that work with us call us Amians, because they're like, you guys are just like, really, serious. They're like, you're like robots. There are days for 18 hours we will not drink, eat, we run nonstop because we're constantly bombarded with customers, and if we're short-staffed, we literally don't stop. We go without eating. We don't stop. We take it because we're strong, and we want our customers to have the best experience they can, and we want to show others that we can do it. And we are doing it. And believe me, when they see, even people, here they tried to boycott us. They went online and told other people how to get us closed down. They started a petition to have us investigated by the Department of Wage and Labor. The federal government came to investigate us to see if we were stealing our servers' tips. In 7 years that we've been open, not one person can say that we have ever stolen anything from them, taken their money, anything like that. My husband always paid everyone that has ever worked for us. We were found to have no violations at all, most importantly. As of today, with all of those false accusations, we have not had one threat of a lawsuit directed towards us. Nothing that was on that show is true. Even if everybody wants to know why the night on the show that when it looks like he pushed that guy by the front door who wanted to leave, who didn't pay for his pizza, that guy, you guys didn't see it, but that guy pushed my husband first. And that kid that was with him stood in the front of the restaurant calling me an effing whore, saying, tell your wife to hurry up with my pizza. And the production company let them. And my husband went crazy and said, screw all of you, I don't care, I'm standing up for my wife, I don't care about the cameras, get this little piece of shit out of here. This is what really happened behind the scenes. People need to understand there's a lot that went on behind the scenes, that we were victimized. Our civil rights to this day have been victimized by us not having the ability to conduct our business in a normal manner, and to have threats of rape and death thrown against us every single day. People threaten to kill our animals. They threaten to come and rape me and kill me and film it. And, they think it's cool, and we need to let them know not only is it cool, but we're not going to stand up for that.
Wow. That people really actually say that stuff?
Oh, no. We have, you guys need, I want you to please to understand that when, right after the show came out and we said that we were hacked, we were really hacked. My husband and I are not stupid people, and we are not going to waste the precious time and resources of the police department and the FBI by filing a claim if it's not true. We have an open case with the FBI for computer hacking, as well as an open active case with 2 different police departments here in Arizona for not only computer hacking and tampering, but for death threats, hundreds of death threats and threats of rape and real credible threats of violence that have been thrown against us. Even our insurance companies with our restaurant, that we in 7 years of successfully being in business, we have never had any kind of filed any kind of insurance claim. Even our insurance company has come back and said, we don't want you as a customer anymore. If so, it's going to be double, because the world has this misrepresentation of us as people when we couldn't be the more polar opposite. They think we're bipolar. We're not. We're just the polar opposite of the way that we were misportrayed on Kitchen Nightmares. That's all. The world got us wrong right from the beginning and never gave us a chance to defend ourselves and even show them, hey, wait a second. If we had cameras of our own, we could definitely show everybody, and then it's up to them to decide for themselves. They cut our security cameras. They filmed me for hours making homemade pastas from scratch. They filmed me for hours making all of my cakes. But the bottom line is, they didn't show it. We are going to show it. And you guys, Kitchen Nightmares, they came back. They did a follow-up on us. 1 month ago, they surprised us. They appeared at our front door, 9 cameramen, or like a crew of people from Kitchen Nightmares with the executive producer, and they had an investigative reporter with them named Anna Garcia, and they were there to see what the follow-up was of Amy's Baking Company. Well, you guys, everybody, we canceled the contract with Kitchen Nightmares after the second night of filming because it was so unethical what was going on. My husband, as soon as Gordon Ramsay accused my husband of stealing the server's tips, my husband would rather cut his balls off than steal money from a waitress or anybody. He doesn't do that. People work with us. They make money. We want them to go with money. We don't take anything from anybody. This is what people need to really...
Didn't he say on the show, though, he takes our tips?
No, what happened, my husband did say certain things, but what they did, they cut his words and edited it and added it with one part of a conversation to another. It's like they glued his words together. They didn't let him explain. He never took anybody's tips. Yeah, we did explain, but Kitchen Nightmares didn't show it. What happened, my husband, he was the only server. All of our customers, anyone that's ever been to our restaurant can tell you, if they have been there, most likely they were served and the order was taken by my husband. And during the filming of Kitchen Nightmares, Miranda was not a waitress. She had been working for us as a busser, as a food runner. She couldn't work the POS system, and Gordon and the production team said, well, just for the show, you need to teach her, show her, make it look like she knows how she's working the computer. And they're the ones that set the whole thing up to make it look like we were stealing the server's tips, and that my husband said, I did all of these tables and she's only done one. They just took all of the explanation and never let us really explain how we worked. Those girls got paid hourly. There was no tip. We have a contract with those girls. They never had a problem with it. They went home with money because in Arizona, if it's summertime or if there's a baseball game on or something, you could be completely empty. You don't know, and you don't want your servers to go home with nothing. So we always ensured that they were paid an hourly rate. But we never, ever took anybody's money. If so, I would like one person, I'm speaking to the world, I would like one person to come forward, and they can bring cameras with them and show us and prove to us that we ever took any of their tips. We didn't.
Wow.
Nobody has even complained. No one's even sued us.
I can honestly say, though, I'm sitting here and I'm reading the Yelp reviews, and I think she's absolutely right, because every positive review and every review where somebody gets on there and talks about the food, one of the first things they say is they can't believe that they were served by him, and they can't believe how nice he was. So I totally believe that he's there serving people, and that was something that he was totally meant to do, and that it very well was taken out of context. If you look at that Yelp page, all of the negative ones are people that are mentioning the TV show and not mentioning eating there or communicating with the owners. So that kind of gives it away that they're angry about the show, and they really don't have anything to reference as far as actually being in the building and eating the food.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, for understanding. They don't even know where our restaurant is. We have people, they're so stupid. They even write a review that they say the other day that they were in. It just so happens it would be a day that we were closed. Or they say that they ate something that we don't even have on the menu anymore. It's like, get your facts straight before you try to slander somebody, because this is what is very important. Okay, Yelp and Facebook and Twitter, if they cannot be held accountable because everyone has the freedom of speech, no problem. We don't want to, if we don't want to attack those websites, people need to understand the individuals that are writing these posts, they can be sued for defamation. They certainly can be sued for slander. We very much understand the laws with defamatory things of people, what they're trying to do to our business. These people are real. Most of them, we can track them down. And even if they've deleted their post, we've kept them. We're not, like I said earlier, we've been studying these people for years. We have been trying to make other people realize this has to end. These people have never been in our business. They have no right to speak about it in a bad way. If they want to put their opinions about us, then they should do it somewhere else where we don't care, but not when on a website that is judging our business. Yelp, even our Yelp account was hacked where someone put pictures of our restaurant. They took all of our pictures down, and they put a picture of themselves defecating, and Yelp allowed that.
Oh.
Yelp has allowed people to threaten to kill us, and they still currently have comments there where they're threatening to kill us. They have people that are on Yelp, they talk about how funny it is that they kill animals, and they think it's funny, and we don't think that is funny at all.
Wow.
I know, it's a lot. We have a lot. My husband and I, we're very animated because we're so full of things that have happened, you guys. Even a few months ago, in the middle of a Saturday, really busy Saturday, we had this man walk in with a woman. They walk straight in. They pretend to go to the display case. The guy walks by one of our dining room tables, and then he walks over and pretends to look in the case. Constantly, he's turning his head backwards to look at the table. The reason I know all of this is because 2 hours later, one of our servers comes up with a plate from the table, and there's this giant rubber cockroach on the plate. And we said, how the hell did that get there? So I went back and I watched the security camera, and this guy, he didn't end up buying a cake. He walked in, he put a rubber cockroach on the table, and then he left. And I have it. I saved it on surveillance. And it's just like, those are nasty things to do. In this world, we need to all stand up together. We're in America, and we need to support local businesses. We don't need to tear each other down. We need to stand up together. But these people are coming in trying to defame our good name, our business, when all we do is we try so hard to make it good that we are there every single day killing ourselves because we want the very best for our customers. And people, they just have absolutely no idea of what it has been like, what we've gone through. Even we have people that walk by us, and we call it like they're walking by Frankenstein's castle with the torches, and they're coming to gather around to take us to the guillotine. I mean, it is literally like that sometimes. People look at us like we are these monsters. And they just have to understand we have a wicked sense of humor, and if they poke us with a stick, we're going to come after them. But, we're not psychotic. We're not bipolar. We're not business owners that steal our servers' tips and attack our customers. We're just normal, people, business owners that have had an extraordinary event happen in their lives. And the real customers, the people that come, we are blessed because we have people that come and they are just like, I can't believe it, and they love us even more because they see how united we are for real. They see how we give excellent food, how we try so hard to the presentation, and nobody is going to shake us down. Nobody is going to shake us down. They're not going to hold a gun to our head. We will fight.
Absolutely. And, and from this interview, what I hear is two people that work so hard that they just don't have time to do anything but be honest. And that's what it sounds like you guys are doing, is you just don't want to play games. You want to put your food out there. You want to run a restaurant. You don't have time for people that are really, they don't even realize that they're sabotaging other people's lives.
Exactly. This is a very important point that you make, because what everyone needs to understand, we employ American citizens, and if we don't have a business, all of those people will lose their job, and they have a really good job, and we love working with them. And it's bigger than just trying to attack my husband and I. It's not that. People just need to take a step back, and like I said, if they don't like our personalities or they don't like how strong we are, then they can look the other way. But they need to really stop their online bullying of us, because if not, it's going to go on until for eternity. I mean, we won't stop fighting. No one is going to come and put a gun to our head and try and shake us down. We will shake their ground, but they're not going to shake us down.
So now you've put out that you guys are going to have your own reality show. Am I correct?
Okay, you are correct. And there's a lot of, this is like a really exclusive information that we're about to share with you that a lot of people have requested, and we have never spoken publicly about this. You're the first person that we will tell this to, and it just shows you.
Wow,
I hope
I'm honored.
This just shows you how real and authentic my husband and I are. After the show came out, we were approached by a lot of really professional production companies from all over the world, from England to Hollywood to New York City. And we were very humbled by those offers. And we have an agent in Hollywood, and we ended up going with a very strong production company that it's Irwin Entertainment, and they've been doing this for 24 years. They're a very respected production company. My husband and I are in a really big hurry to get on the air because we need to clear our name. This has never been about money for us. This has been about clearing our name, who we are as people, and showing every single person out there that we do not think we're better than anybody else. We don't think everyone is dirty and lazy. We don't think that we're more beautiful than the Playmates. We don't think that. Those son of a guns, they put those words together to make us look so arrogant. It just pisses me off to this day. But we are just dedicated to staying in this fight and showing everybody. Hold on. Oh, sorry. My husband's going to. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, she's just drinking a little bit water. She needs I give her water to drink, Okay, let me tell you something. Amy, she got one kidney. She donated a kidney to her grandma like 9 years ago.
Oh,
wow. It's okay. It's something, because they make fun. On television, why you want water? You want to drink water, yes. She wanted to drink water.
Hey,
now she drinks. Now she continues the conversation.
Here's something I can tell you, Sammy.
I'm sorry.
Let me tell you this, Amy. I mean, he just told us something. I mean, that's tremendous. You donated a kidney, and this might sound kind of cold or stubborn on my own part, but my own sister has kidney failure, and she goes to dialysis 3 days a week, and I've never donated a kidney to her.
Well, you should. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm going to tell you, like I said, you're never going to get anything but the truth from my husband and I. We don't have time for the bullshit. I can tell you something. In 1999, I donated my kidney to my grandmother, and I'm not sorry that I did it. I didn't have a close relationship with her, but I couldn't, as a human being, I couldn't stand back and let her suffer and die like that when I knew that there was something I could do. I got very sick when I was younger, and I had to have a complete hysterectomy so I cannot have kids. So I said, this is the one chance that I have in my life to actually give life to someone, and I donated my kidney to her. They did it at the Mayo Clinic. It wasn't that big of a deal, and I don't regret it. And I think that anybody, if you really love somebody and you don't want them taken from your life, and there's anything that you can do to stop that, then you should. Because I lost my mother to breast cancer, and you better believe if there was a person out there that could have given her anything to save her, I would have hoped that they did that. So it's just, I don't like people to know things like that just because it's a personal thing. It's not anymore, but no one should ever be afraid of living organ donation. I'm alive. I'm not sorry I did it. It hurt, but it's over, and it's a very important thing that people understand that you can really save a life. You can not only save a life, but you can save when a person dies, it affects the whole family. It destroys the whole family, and so you can save a whole family. I didn't know we were going to talk about that, but sorry.
That's all right. All right.
But
you're right.
It is super relevant, though, because it does go into the character of the people that we're talking about. And for people to go on the offensive against you guys, what I heard was you say, we weren't even that close, and it was no big deal. I did it because anybody should do the same thing. That's not the mindset of somebody that's selfish and greedy and out to get people. It's not at all.
Thank you. We're not selfish, We're really humble people. You guys have to understand. Once you know us, you'll understand. We don't judge other people. We don't give a shit how much people make. We don't laugh at people if they have money or they don't have money. We know how hard it is to make your way in life. Anybody that can make their way ethically, we support them. We were not born, my husband and I were not born with a gold or a platinum or a silver spoon in our mouth. We have worked since we were little. 8 years old. My husband was born on the street. They say that they're trying to deport my husband. My husband is here legally. My husband came to this country legally 13 years ago. My husband has honored and obeyed every single law of this country. He's never even received a speeding or a parking ticket. All he's done is pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes, supported me as his wife and made my dreams come true, saved orphaned and abused animals, and done anything he can for the last 10 years in this country to support fallen officers' families, to support the strong politicians that will lead our country and make it stronger. He even has a handwritten letter from George W. Bush thanking him for his support in 2004 for standing up for the country. People need to understand if they're in such a hurry to ask online about when my husband's going to be deported, they need to take a serious step back, and they need to be thanking God that people like my husband are in this country, because all he does is give to America. And believe me, with the state of the world the way it is now, America should be grateful that they have a strong, loyal, supporting family member like my husband to be in this country.
You guys are great. I mean, you guys are so beautiful together and
Thank
so
you.
supportive, and I don't see what everybody's problem is. Why all the hate? People got to stop hating and stop worrying about it. They got to stop worrying about other people. I mean, you guys are just hardworking people trying to make a living and serve quality, delicious food to people who want to come and eat and have
exactly. That's all we want. This is what we do. People. I'm gonna go off course here for a second and tell you. When I was 8, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, and my sister and I took over the household chores and everything to lighten the load on my mom. And I did all of the cooking and baking and whatever. My mother was an artist, and she encouraged my sister and I, always think outside the box. Don't be afraid to use different flavor combinations or different colors just because other people say that they won't go good together. Try it for yourself. And she encouraged me at a very tender age to really be artistic and be different than everybody else, because this is what, they made remarks online that I was homophobic because I called the guy a pansy, and no one can in this world say that I am a racist or homophobic, because I have this mentality that we are all the same. We are all individual creatures, and it's what makes us different that makes us unique. And if we were all the same, this would be the most boring place in the world to be. We don't judge anybody for the color of their skin or for how much money they make or for their religious beliefs or anything. We just want the hate directed towards us to go towards something that truly deserves it. You know, this is it. We don't want anyone to be having their business attacked. We don't want people to be bullied. If somebody needs to really be taken down, that's where the hate needs to be directed towards, not towards us. We're just trying to clear our name and show the world they got it wrong. Okay. Now my husband wants me to tell you, with the production company, we went under contract with Irwin Entertainment, a wonderful production company in Hollywood, and for the last 4 months we have been working in development with them. However, they are just now shooting a show that they were in development with over a year ago, and so an event happened last week where my husband and I decided in our best interest and in all fairness to Irwin Production that we canceled the contract with them, and we are currently not under production or under contract with any production company because we simply cannot. One, we can't wait for the timing of the schedules. We have to clear our name now. We have to do it now because we can't continue like this with the amount of hate that's out there. And we have a lot of information, a lot of things to show. So a lot of things to show to the world. So the reality show, it's a work in progress. We will have a reality show. We're trying to decide now which direction we're going to take it, because my husband and I are very, like I said, we're honest people, and we're not Muppets. We can't be a puppet master to try to direct us. You know, people need to understand that if we are going to be involved in something, it's going to be 100% us, fake. It's not going to be fake. It's not going to be for ratings. It's going to be pure reality, because this is what makes, this is what people really want to see. I think that people need to understand we kind of reinvented reality TV, because all of the producers that reached out to us, they're like, you guys are TV gold because you were real. Believe me, it was very stressful. We each had 2 cameramen on us at all time. We had never been on camera like that before. And they came into our restaurant and they literally took every single thing and turned it backwards and misplaced it. And my husband and I are so OCD that I could literally work in my kitchen blindfolded. I'm so organized there, and that's how come I can be so fast and efficient on the line and expediting the food as well as all of my baking. And these production company of Kitchen Nightmares, they came into our kitchen, into our restaurant, turned it upside down, threw the cameras on us, told us they were there to help us, and then did the opposite of that, packed it with yelpers and put us in the most stressful situation in the world. But we still stayed true to who we are, and we still stayed real, even though everyone around us was being fake. So
now, how did you like, beside the overall product of the show and how it came out, or the way they portrayed you, the having cameras follow you around and that whole aspect of it, did you actually enjoy that? Is it something you wanted to? Oh, you did? Okay.
Bob, we didn't even pay attention. It's kind of like the cameramen, they're very professional, and they don't speak to you. And so I told the girls, and Samy and I decided we were going to, no disrespect to them as human beings, but in a professional setting, we just decided they were going to be like a piece of furniture to us. We just absolutely ignored them. I actually knocked myself out with one of the cameras. I turned around, he was there, and I went down because I didn't, they didn't make us nervous or bother us at all. We just conducted our life as if the cameras didn't exist. We didn't even feel them. I mean, we didn't, and believe me, we knew that we were being watched by the world, but we didn't care. We didn't feel that we were real. I mean, that's it.
Right.
We're not trying to be the next, Kardashians or anything like that. All we're trying to do is to have people watch us, because first of all, we have the most crazy, hilarious things that happen in our restaurant, especially now because people come and they want drama. And I mean, we have things that happen that we film or that have been filmed, and it's hysterical. It's just nonstop action, nonstop drama. So
now, what
we're
would
just
happen?
Dedicated, staying true to who we are and showing the the entire world, they got it wrong. They really got it wrong, and they're going to see.
But what would happen if you guys did become like the next Kardashians? Would you
we love
enjoy
the
that?
Kardashians. I want you guys to know that I really have a tremendous amount of respect for what that family has done, and good luck to anybody that can make a name for themselves and make money. Good luck to anybody. We want that for everybody, except if they're an animal abuser or a child abuser. But we would love to just be continued to have our brand represented the way it should be. We would love to be known as having really great food. It's not that we say that we have the very best of everything in the world, and if you don't like it, then F you. It's not that. We believe our product is excellent. It's the best of our abilities to make it, and if you guys, we want you to enjoy it. That's it. And I think that for television, I have thousands and thousands of people that have been reaching out to me over these last months, really saying, Amy, we want to see how you bake, how you cook, because what I've done, because I'm self-taught and I never have enough time in my day, so I've created these fantastic, really fast and fantastic culinary tips that help me get through the line, through the prep, through all of my baking, and people, they want to know how I do it because they taste the desserts and they really tell us, this is the best key lime pie I've had in my life. This is the best creme brulee I've ever had in my life. And so, I mean, it's humbling, but it comes from God. It's just a talent, but I work on that talent every day, and people want to see it. And so we're trying to decide, do we want to go in the direction of just having like Food Network where we just want to do a cooking and baking show, or do we want to do like a full-blown reality TV where the cameras are completely inside our ass capturing every single moment of our day? We're trying to decide what's the best direction for us, for our life, for the well-being of our kitty cats, for our business, and we don't want to make any further mistakes. We feel that Kitchen Nightmares, it was a learning lesson, a very, very important lesson. We learned our lesson from them, and we take every lesson that is given to us, and we try to use it to make us a better, stronger character of a person. It's not how you fall, it's how you get back up. And right now my husband and I are like the phoenix rising from the ashes. This is how we feel. We are here to prove the world, and we just hope that they give us a chance to just hear our side and try and understand our sense of humor. That's it.
Well, you know what? I was on your website, too, and I saw that you guys sell shirts, and I love them. I mean, this just shows you even have a great sense of humor with these shirts that you guys sell.
Thank you. The shirts, I'll tell you with the T-shirts what happened. So many people were making fun, and they were doing those, oh my God, I forgot what they're called. They're called memes, or where they take a picture of you and they add the funny writing on the top. There's so many funny ones of us, and we laugh. People, they need to understand that they're not hurting us by putting all of those funny pictures out there. We laugh our asses off at those things. And the YouTube videos, there's one YouTube channel, this guy, it's called Jacksamoto, where he made a cartoon video of us, and I love it. It's like 1.7 million people saw this video, and it's hysterical, and it's so humbling that people took so much time out of their life to create something in our likeness. But, we get it. We see that we're from Kitchen Nightmares, we can see that we're like cartoon characters, kind of. And I can tell you that if somebody comes in to harass us or start trouble, Samy is like Foghorn Leghorn. He puffs up, his chest puffs up, and he's ready for, to stand and defend his business and all of the girls, because we're a bunch of girls that work at the restaurant. But it's just, we know that we're not exactly what everyone would say normal, but my husband, he's Israeli, and he's from a different country, and they have different culture there, and he's just more animated. And we've been together for 10 years, and we feed off of each other, and so we have the same kind of energy. We're both just wild, zany characters, but we know that there's a lot of interest in people really seeing who we really are, but people need to see it when we're not just being attacked. we want them to see it when I'm making lemon meringues and creme brulees and key lime pies and chocolate flourless truffle cakes. Everything that you see on our Instagram account, you can see the quality of the food. I even Instagram today pictures of the homemade croissants that I made and smothered in chocolate Nutella, because I want people to understand that, you know, it's easy to cook, it's easy to bake. I can teach you if you can't teach yourself, or if you don't have time. They're trying to say I need to take cooking lessons and baking lessons, and I can
How
say...
can they say that? Especially the baking and the pastries you make, they look phenomenal.
Thank you. My husband said that they taste phenomenal, too. I can't really eat a lot of them because I have an ulcer, but my husband, I make him taste everything, and, you know, all of the customers, they come and they really love our cakes. And, you know, it's just, we will continue to be in the kitchen. This is how my creative outlet is in the kitchen, and I'm not going to stop until the whole world sees. And even if I have to come out with a line of frozen pizzas and frozen artisan ravioli, whatever, you know, we don't care. We laugh at that because we know who we are. We know that the people that are writing all of these things online, they've not ever been to our restaurant, and they're just full of hate and misery, and they need to move on. And that's it. Hello?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm
sorry. I know I talk a lot. I know. I know. My husband has the same problem. He's like, "Do you ever shut up?" I can take it. I understand. You guys, you know, we have had just so much happen, and to be able to speak about it and to let others know. I mean, even, I'll tell you, when Kitchen Nightmares revisited us and they had all of the cameras and we did not know they were coming, while they were there, the phone rang and they filmed it. One of the guys, some guy was harassing us. He called, he was asking for Battletoads. And it's so funny because they were like, Battletoads? You do know you're calling a restaurant, right? And they couldn't understand a situation of what was going on in our life, that it's every single second this is happening to us. Wild, crazy things. We get phone calls from people from all around the world. We get the most hilarious text thrown text and Twitter things directed towards us, and we are just laughing. It's hysterical. People really need to laugh at all of it, I think, because we are.
That's great. Yeah. You are the type of people that I would hang out with you guys. Like, you guys are incredible. You have a great sense of humor, a great personality. You, Amy yourself, you're probably one of the strongest-willed people I've ever met and talked to. I mean, you guys are just incredible. Thank you. We appreciate you standing up for yourself.
Thank you. You know, we printed the T-shirts because a lot of people asked us. They loved those sayings. They're like, you guys have to do T-shirts, and we had those T-shirts made. The day that we received the delivery of the T-shirts, there were firefighters that were killed here in Arizona, and my husband, we were just devastated. We were watching it on the news, and that's why that day my husband said, from this day forward, you know, any of the T-shirts that we sell, whether we sell 10 or 10 million of them, I want 10% of the proceeds to go to the families of the fallen firefighters. And people even tried to belittle us for that and tease us and say that we were trying to profit from them. And that's not the case at all. We were just trying to do something good and just to share a little bit of, you know, to these little catchy comments on these T-shirts. We just wanted somehow to give back also to the families of these fallen firefighters. But we always have tried to reach out to organizations like that. We didn't try to capitalize or make money or profit from the tragedy that happened. We support like the Megan Muir Foundation to help to end cyberbullying, because Megan Muir, she killed herself because she was bullied to death. Right. You know, people need to really start taking accountability for things, and really, I don't know what has to be done, but if we don't stand up and we just take it, then we're no better than anybody else. You know, there has to be a time when somebody stands up and says this is not right.
Well, I want you to know that Totally Journal Radio is now, we are officially Team Samy and Amy. We love you guys. I want to thank you guys for coming on. My time is running out here, and I set up to record. But I want to let you know, we love you guys. We are Team Samy and Amy, and you are always welcome to come on here whenever you would like to promote anything, to get out any message you need to do. We will help clear your name and spread the word. And I'm coming to Arizona because I want to meet you guys, and I want some delicious food and delicious pastries.
Excellent. You are welcome, and we are going to send you some T-shirts. And thank you so much. And we'll get all the information later. But thank you for that. Thank you for the support, and most importantly, thank you for allowing us the chance to really be heard and for having an open mind, because that's all we're asking for.
No problem. Thank you all. Thank you both for your time tonight. And this will be playing on Halloween night, so I'll be talking to you guys. We're friends now, right?
Excellent. We definitely are friends. You are definitely one of us. Thank you so much. We are humbled. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great night, guys.
Good night. Bye.
And get a good night's sleep. You guys work too much.
We will. Today's Monday, and we're relaxing. We're home with our babies, and we have a really big work week coming up, and we have a big story that's coming out on the news this Friday. So we just were featured. We had been featured on PBS Check Please right before Kitchen Nightmares came out, and we had nothing but glowing reviews. And PBS is so beautiful and generous that they re-aired the show. So we have all of those customers back again, and it's just really, things are in a very good, positive light. We hope that we continue in this good way, and we look forward to meeting you in person one day.
That would be beautiful. And thank you so much again. We love you guys. Have a good night's sleep.
Thank you.
And we'll talk soon.
We love you guys, too. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. I love you.
Take care. Take care. Bye.
You too.
Bye, guys.
Oh, that was great, Nick.
That was awesome. That was a really good interview.
Wasn't it?
That was the most
great.
fun I've had in a really long time doing an interview.
I'll tell you what, this is, talking to them and having an interview like that is like the reason why I wanted to do this. To be able to talk to people like that, I mean, they got shown in the wrong light, shall we say, and now, they're just trying to show the world the true Samy and Amy. And, look, we know they're TV gold. They're radio gold. They're
for sure.
They're these huge stars. I mean, as soon as I saw them that night, I turned to my wife and I said, they're going to get their own show. So I want to see them, I want to see them have their own show. I want to see them be able to take an extra day off a week. They work too much. That worries me.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely going to make it a point, I think, this week to get down there and try some of the food and meet them face-to-face and just kind of see how everything is. It sounds like it's going to be a really good time.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if you do that, let me know, and I'll let them know that you're on your way.
Okay, I absolutely will.
All right, well, we're actually, this is a taped interview, so this is going to be played on Halloween night. And I hope everybody's enjoying their Halloween night, their trick-or-treats, their candy. And I don't know if I'm going to turn this next segment over to Mr. John Garceau, the voice of Totally Driven Radio. Or you might hear me chime in live, or we might just go to a commercial and then come back with another interview. Who knows? We're flying by the seat of our pants on Halloween. You never know what could happen. Nick, thanks so much for hanging out for this part of the interview, because it is late at night. It's past my bedtime, and I know Frank's already in bed. He wanted to go to sleep because he does wake up early. But since you're in Arizona and they're in Arizona, and what time is it there now? 9 o'clock?
It's 9 here, yeah.
9, yeah. All right, well, hey, I'm going to bed, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, and everybody else. Thanks for tuning in to Totally Driven Radio and Samy and Amy, and support them. Don't hate them. Love.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Thanks. Nick, talk to you later.
Talk to you later.